Yo, what is up folks, TrevorTCG here with Mono White Humans and Explorer. Obviously picked up some new tools in Explorer Anthology 2 now. Have a bunch of decks lined up play this week. We did Abzan Elves yesterday. Take a look at that, maybe, if you want to. I've got a few other things lined up. If you've got any decks you want to see me play, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to make that happen. Into Humans. So, the new additions to the deck are Brave the Elements and Mutavault. Brave the Elements is a really powerful tool versus something like Mono Green, where you can give all your white creatures protection from a chosen color 10 a turn. Also protects you versus damage-based sweepers that are something like Mono Red, out of red decks. And then Mutavault helps you the other end of that, where versus sweepers, with something like Blue White, or potentially like Mono Black, which has become quite popular actually on Arena. It gives you manlands to carry on and keep fighting through with. In fact, I've seen some lists playing Mutavault and Mishra's, not Workshop, the new Mishra card as an additional one, but we're kind of hedging away from that. We want to make sure all lands come to play untapped. We need double white for Adeline, casting all 2-drops on turn 2. And we already have like the 4 Mutavaults. We've got 2 copies of Shafat Dunes, the Django, Castle itself, and then 14 Plains the mana base. You have to play a decent amount of utility lands like the Sheffield Dunes. And you pump your team. The Django obviously lets you interact a little bit with opponent creatures, attacking and blocking. The Art of Elk just keeps humans alive. So, yeah, let's look into it. 4 copies of Recruitment Officer, 4 Hopeful Initiate, 4 Bodyguard. Our 12 1-drops, and then they go along with Brave the Elements. 4 Luminarch Aspirant, obviously probably the best 2-drop in the deck, along with 4 copies of Thalia. I don't want to talk about it. I didn't buy whichever bundle this was in, and so I had one of these already, and then crafted 3 of these, and I've currently been protesting, but I think I will eventually craft a 4th version of this Thalia. But yeah, please don't mock me too much. And then 4 copies of Thalia's Lieutenant. The 3-drop slot, we're playing 4 Brutal Catharms along with 1 Skyclad Apparition main, removal and interaction, a single main deck Extraction Specialist, 4 copies of Adeline, and then lands as you can see there. Into the sideboard, 2 copies of Rest in Peace. There's 1 up here, 1 down here for graveyard strategies. We have a single Tomic. If we were playing Pioneer, I would play this in the main, but here it's a bit of a free roll versus some decks. It's still very good. Redan, and then we've got 4 copies of Wedding Announcement, something like Black Red, Blue White Control, where you want like a more durable thing that gives you benefit, like a advantage over the course of a game. Great. 3 copies of Lay Down Arms if you want to interact with any creatures, and then we've got a couple of Destroy Evils, and along with which can do both the job of being able to interact with enchantments versus something where you're playing is like temporary lockdown, which can be a real hindrance to the deck. But then also taking out big creatures versus something like Mono Green when they want to Stonewall you, and then a couple more Skyclave apparitions in the board. Deck's really strong, puts a lot of damage down very, very quickly, and now with the addition of the Brave the Elements, you can push through the damage very, very well. Again, especially something like Mono Green, where before they'd just be able to Stonewall up against you if you're playing Mono White in Arena. Now we've got Brave the Elements, you just get to attack through with everything. And I think Mono Green with Nykthos now might be the best deck. We'll see. But hey, Humans, I think definitely tier 1. Let's hop into a ranked match. It's at this point, hey, if you're just here for the deck tech, thank you for watching. But hey, if you're interested in in Explorer decks and Pioneer decks, I've been doing a few recently, maybe subscribe to the channel, enjoyed it, like the video, and we're going to hop into a ranked match. Huzzah. And yeah, again, if you've got decks that you want to see me play with, please do let me know in the comments. Or if you've got cards you're like, maybe you should try brewing with this. Find me a list for X card. Yeah, I've got a few things lined up. A few spicy meatballs. So we'll see how that goes over the next week or so. Given the option to play, of course I will. Keep. I think Initiate into, well, to be fair, Bodyguard into double Initiate. It depends what they're on though. Karuga. Huh. Versus a Karuga deck, it's likely we actually want to use this Bodyguard to protect something. I'm actually going to leave with Hopeful Initiate. Gonna get to attack at least. Then we can at least guarantee we get to put something down here. The nice thing about being on the draw, on the play here, sorry, our opponent being on the draw is that we can play Thalia before they get to turn 3. We're actually going to get the chance to kind of stumble them a little bit off of fires and that kind of thing. Make it a little more awkward for them. The Steam events. Well, we're going to play it Plains. Okay, so am I making Thalia here? Or am I going to... Basically, if I play these two out, I'm probably going to make Adeline next time. But then, even then, they're going to have 3 mana. And we'll still have a chance to play Thalia before they get 4. What I want to stop them being able to do. I think I want to maximize damage, try and come as fast as possible. So, I'm going to bodyguard one of these. I'll play with the Hope for Last Year, get him for 1, and we're going to present a ton of damage next. Your opponent does. Downside of this is now they're open for 2 mana interaction. They don't appear to have anything. Not much you can do for 1 mana, but maybe if they had something like a Bone Crusher Giant, they could have played it here. Would have been a window to do that. We're going to slam Adeline, make our attack in, and then we'll see what they come back with on 3. Alright, and now we're threatening lethal. Kruger fires, Kruger fires. So if they have like a 3 damage sweeper, we get to sack Dauntless Bodyguard to keep one of these alive, and then we'll also have the Adeline, which is still a lot. But nothing. I mean, I'm going to move to combat here. They have maybe like a Brazen Borrower for the Adeline. Even then it's a lot of damage. And cards uncastable. This relies on your opponent having more cards than you to cast it. Oh, you can cast it, you just don't draw. This time around we're actually going to play Athalia instead of the Adeline. Try and hold them off of Fire's Invention in particular. But to be fair, we've only actually seen blue and red cards. I'm a little wary about what's going on here. Normally when you see Kariga, I'm expecting like the 4-color deck, trying to get like lane 9 bindings online super early. That kind of thing. How do you feel about this? Down seems great. I'm not leaning on like these probably be better off with apparitions over Cathars. I don't know, to be honest. We didn't see it, so we're kind of assuming a lot. I wonder. I want to bring these Destroyed Evils in, because I'm fairly sure they're going to be playing like Fires. I'm not 100% on that, and I think I also quite like Apparition over Cathar here. Then with the Redan, we need to card. Might be a match. I'm going to cut up Brave. They're not playing to the board early. I think this is fine. We'll run this back. Okay. See, round 2. Yeah. One of the first like decks I ever built, like specifically for Constructor with like a plan in mind, was like Brave the Elements, with like Squadron Hawks and Honor of the Pure. It was a real pile, but hey. Still like still before I was like, oh, I'm gonna play stand. Before I signed, I'd like got into watching like Proto coverage fairly early for whatever reason. I think because I'd played other card games before. I was like, oh, let's go have a look at some deck tags. I was like, oh, these deck tags have Protos. So there's that. Make Thalia. Sad is a little slow. Like we didn't have a 1-drop, but still like had enough resources and stuff where I'm like, oh, well, we kind of have to keep, especially when we're on the draw. Our opponent does have 3 mana now. Gotta think, what are they gonna do? I almost make a Thalia as a tenant. I think I'm gonna make the Aspirant slightly better. That might not be true. It's either tenants. Let's open us up to like lieutenant. If they have a Bone Crusher Giant here, this would be an time to a great time to do it. They in fact do. Fortunately. It does make this Bradley elements in my hand better. Well, we'll see how this works out. The other thing is, blue-red is that the sweeps are going to have a mostly damage base. So actually, maybe cutting the Bradley elements is bad. But that being said, when that's the only thing we're really doing with races, it's a little situational. Like, hey. Fair enough. Ooh, I draw planes here. It feels really awkward, but I am gonna do this. I don't feel bad about it because we have the Brave Lance to protect it. We have to like spend a lot of time buffing our team up to get through the bunker strike. I get to see what our opponent's perhaps up to, or perhaps not. I cast Thalia first here, just to kind of force their hand a bit. They want to do like Memory Deluge, something like that. Going with that sort. I'll keep putting out on the aspirant. It's like if apparition has enough reasons for them to kill it already. Might be there's some kind of bounce effects, but we still have the mana up here for Brave the Element. And also having 2 Mutant Vaults now. To make this a lot. This also fizzles the Bunker Giant. So the incentive to do this is pretty high. Stops them giving it. They won't be able to cast it. Around. But now we are open to Sweeper of some description. They only have a single red right now. Obviously they could play a source from hand. A few different red board wipes, but it doesn't look like they have one. They're on 13. I think casting one of these is fine, but animate me. Just one. I don't want to expose them all. We'll hold these 2 cards back in our hand. This at least makes the threatening attack. With this amount of creatures on board, I'm not as worried about the Skycrave getting traded off. Maybe I can't just go the mute. Actually, don't know. It depends. They only have 4 mana. We have a Tharmate in play. Only so much. It's gonna make a 4/4. No, CMC. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm gonna trade the Mule. Yeah, it's fine. The other bunker damage I can cast. They're just kind of locked out mana wise. They've not drawn another red source. They've not drawn enough lands. We have Thalia going. Okay, it's a tough one. We had the W, but hey. Mono White Humans. Tier 1 deck and Explorer. I'm very, very certain of it. Deck is very, very strong. Has a ton of good matchups. Does also have like some amount of skill to it, like as well. Like people like brain dead aggro deck, but hey, knowing when to sequence, how to sequence, and then also what to sit back with. You know. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not already. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to grow, etc., etc. But hey, hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.